Alright, what's going on, everybody? Today, 18 Curses. 18 Curses Elderwoods. I did manage to beat it on my second try. Didn't get a recording of it, so now I'm going to try to get a recording of it for you guys. So, what we're going to be using for elixir-wise, if you want to pause and see what elixirs I have on, you can. But I'm just going to scroll through these really quick. Okay? And then for the actual gear, I'll go more in depth into explaining the gear. So, Star Beast daggers needed, obviously. We're going to need a Javine Leeching Stone. You need at least one because they don't stack more than one, right? And it doesn't matter which piece of gear you have it on, just have it on the set for this, okay? As you see, Star Beast, Star Beast, Star Beast, Star Beast, Star Beast, Star Beast. Now, I have seen a lot of people do 18 curses with Star Beast that isn't even that good awakened, so you shouldn't need OP awakes on your Star Beast. Okay? Now, Secret Slayer Amulet. Why would we have this on? Up here, 20% shadow resistance with 20% extra health. Okay? It's a need. It's a given. Just make sure to have that. They normally only run for like 3 million in the store. If you don't have one, you can buy one, or if you know somebody that has one, just ask them for it. They should be able to slide it over to you for, 10-15 minutes to do this. Okay? Now, curses. What we're going to be getting into for the curses. We've got a runner, Bane of Lost Power, Phantom Cloak, Chains of Lethargy. We have Shadow Assault. Enemies do shadow damage. Again, all the stuff we have on is going to give us a good amount of shadow resistance. Now, why would you need a lot of shadow resistance, you may ask? You'll see why. Gear. Slow motion combat, Mana Siphon, Heartburn, Half-Life, Arcane Dismemberment, Savage Strikes. Monsters do extra damage. If you have this pendant on and then you have the elixir on, you will basically, it's not even like monsters do extra damage because they'd have to hit you like 4 times to kill you. Okay? Unable to use skills, healing half off, Doghouse, Thorny Issues. As long as you're not smacking the enemies with your daggers, you shouldn't die, okay? Unable to use potions, and then Nature's Defender, because we're going to do a crap ton of nature damage. So, all you're going to do, again, is charge your ability, go in, and then just let your proc do all the damage for you. Do not smack them. All you're going to do, wait. Wait for this sword to go down. Run up to the horde that you're going to kill. And then you're just going to let them die. Now, as long as you don't run into any spiders, you should be fine. Because these spiders are the worst thing to run into. But if you can corner the spider, you should be able to kill it pretty easy. But they are probably the hardest thing to kill, I would say. Even the boss is easier than the spiders. But yeah, no, super easy. Again, the hardest part about this entire thing is getting past all of these enemies. Once you get to the boss, light work, cakewalk, easy. Don't even have to worry about it. You're just going to make sure everything dies. Just make sure you're not skipping over anything. And you should be good. Here we go. And just make sure you're not running into hordes when you don't have it, like, charged, or, like, you can't get you won't be able to kill the enemy off your charge. Don't run at them. Just because I've been doing this for a long time, and it is not fun when you make it, especially towards the end, you make it to the very end, and you hit the last horde because you get impatient, and your SB proc runs out, and then boom, you die. Right? You don't want that to happen. Obviously, don't worry about stepping in the green puddles because the SB proc does have that ability where you can just basically negate all of the poison. Again, it's not guaranteed, so I wouldn't recommend just keep running and just hope your stuff procs. But yeah, this is literally all it is. We're coming up into the final stretch. You should be making it to the boss by about 6 minutes, 55 seconds-ish. But again, it's not going to take you 6 whole minutes to kill the boss. So we're going to just go a little bit slower. We're going to take our time, and we're going to get this boss for you guys. We'll show you. Alright, cool. So, we made it to the boss. This is where it's money. This is the money, alright? All you're going to do is run straight past him, because he's just going to chase you. You're going to full charge, pop this. You're going to pop your boss ability, and just stand here. And then you're going to run up. You're going to stand right here, okay? Hold this charge, watch the mini-map, wait for him to run at you, and then wait for him to shoot, and then pop your ability. You can stand here, and by the time he's done shooting, your SB should be able to outlast his rockets. Then you'll make your way to the next corner, okay? You're going to wait for him to run up, wait for him to start shooting, pop your SB, and just stand here. Don't hit, just stand. And then once it's done, come to the next corner. I normally just recommend running diagonal. Just keep running diagonal. It's probably the easiest thing you can do. You'll just wait for him to start shooting, pop, stand. And then you'll just make your way over here. Now, eventually, once he makes it to its second phase, he'll start doing that green circle, and he's kind of harder to lock in place. But for the most part, it is pretty easy, pretty much the same exact thing. All you'll do is just this, and then once he decides to do his green circle, he's actually easier to see because you can see his red circle before he procs it. And then you'll just wait, pop. Again, just run to the next circle. And again, if any of you guys are struggling with this guide itself, you could literally use this guide to pass 18 curses without even doing the first 20, without doing the first like 16 curses solo. You could go straight to 18 as long as you have this gear, and you just follow this step-by-step tutorial, and you just keep doing this. Now, eventually, once your boss ability recharges, like this right here, see how he does the circle? And then he's going to chase you and then freeze. Now, once he freezes, just make sure to dodge the red circles, because it'll mess up his pathing, so his red circles aren't going to stay in a certain corner. But yeah, you see that? It'll come at you, start shooting. Just make sure you're on top of your SB proc, and then just run away. Make your way down. Again, same exact thing, just pop SB. And again, I know it might sound repetitive when I'm repeating it back to you guys every second, but this is very crucial. If you do mess up on the proc itself, you're risking the fact that you'll die, okay? You can see all my elixirs are about to run out. We'll see if this works without all my elixirs, but if they run out, I'll just buy the ones down here. But yeah, so literally just the exact same thing. Just make sure you're... And then once this fully recharges, here's the kicker. Once that fully recharges, just come over here. This is the best part. You'll pop boss ability once you see him moving. Full charge, pop, and then just watch his health. And that's how you beat 18 curses. No problem. Super easy. Again, don't stress, just as long as you have the gear at the very beginning, like I showed, because 90% of the videos you try searching up does not have what gear to use. Use that gear, you're guaranteed to do your 18 curses as a rogue. Alright? Now, I'm obviously going to be doing a lot of testing, trying to figure out if it's even possible to do 20 curses, but I would just say stay tuned, and yeah, hope you all enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, comment, subscribe if you're new, and yeah, we will go ahead and go out from there. Peace.